This
warehouse.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so in this diagram, you can see that we have a plant and say we have two storage locations. You could have three storage locations, n number of storage locations. So the first one is raw material, second one is finished product. Both these are linked to the WM warehouse. And then the WM warehouse will be further linked to your EWM warehouse. And then this is the organization structure in the EWM where we have the warehouse, which is divided into different storage types, right? And then each storage type is further divided into storage section. And then the last exact spot where your product is stored is a storage bin. The quant is just the characteristics of the material. The number gets generated internally by the system and it gets deleted when the stock is removed. Okay, and this activity area, it was not there in the WM application, and that is a brand new concept in EWM where your storage bins are grouped together in activities based on whatever activities you are going to perform in the warehouse. So this is my warehouse structure. So the truck containing the inbound shipment will be coming in the warehouse, standing at the door. From door, it will do the unloading in the good receipt staging area. And from here, you will do the put away, that is the stock placement in the warehouse bin. That will be in case of the simple business process. And similarly for the outbound, you will withdraw from the fixed bin that based on your picking strategies and move it in the staging area. The truck will be standing at the outbound door. You will load the product in the truck. In case of complex business processes, for example, in one big pallet, you are getting multiple products and you want to store the products differently in a different bins. So you will deconsolidate. That means one big pallet, you will split into small pallets, say one big cartoon, and that cartoon contains three products. So you will create a small three cartoons and split the products and move it in the respective bins. So that will be done in the workstation. And similarly in the outbound, if the customer has a specific packing requirement, then you move from the bin to the packing station and then from the staging area. So this will be called as a process oriented storage control, where we need to have the workstation where you are doing the additional activities other than picking and put away. So I will just pause here for 15 seconds. Let me know in case you have any questions.
So question, Jay. So this EWM, what is the version of EWM on S4 that we are looking at? Or is this a basics of it, EWM that you're
No,
showing
that
us?
we will be doing the training in 1909 S4 HANA system. So
Okay.
that will be the S4 version of EWM.
Okay.
Right. So if it was earlier, it was 9.5 version that was in the decentralized, and we had ECC and that is R3 and EWM 9.5. Those were integrated with the core interfaces. But
Yes.
now with the S4 HANA, we have the embedded EWM.
Correct. I see. Yep. Yep. Okay.
Okay, so throughout the training sessions, I will let you know at every step, every process, what is the difference between WM and EWM, and what is the difference between non-S4 EWM and the S4 EWM.
Okay.
Okay, so we will just skip the storage types, section, bins, activity area, door we already talked about, where the truck comes, and for loading and unloading. We have the staging area, which is for the temporary storage of goods for loading or unloading. And then you have an option to link the staging area and door together in case you have a specific preference in the warehouse based on the structure and the goods movement. The work center where you are doing the additional activities, the quality inspection, counting, packing, etc., other than your regular picking and put away. And the work center will also have the same structure. It has the storage type, section, and bin. So other than the work center name, we need to have the structure where we will link the work center with the work center bin. And then we have the inbound process. So in the ERP side, as you already know, PO and inbound delivery and that creates the inbound delivery in EWM. In case of non-S4 system, you have the inbound delivery notification, but in the embedded S4HANA, inbound delivery notification is no more there. Similarly, for the outbound, you have the outbound delivery order, and this request is no more there in S4HANA. Okay,
Yeah.
and this inbound delivery and outbound delivery order are called as a warehouse request. So that you can call it as a transfer requirement in the regular WM application. And with reference to the warehouse request, that is inbound delivery and outbound delivery order, you create the warehouse task. So the warehouse task, it tells you about what you are moving, how many quantities you are moving, from where you are picking, and from where you are putting away. Everything will be there in the warehouse task. This is a kind of transfer order in the WM application. So as you see in the inbound side, you move from the good receipt area to the warehouse bin, and from the outbound side, you withdraw or you pick from the warehouse bin and move it in the good issue staging area. So this warehouse task will be linked to the warehouse order. The warehouse order is the brand new thing in the EWM. It was not there in the regular WM application. And it is about the executable work package. You assign the warehouse order to the employee, and then the employee is responsible to perform all the warehouse tasks which are linked to the order. And how this warehouse order is created, how do we know that one warehouse task should be assigned to the worker or two warehouse tasks should be assigned to the worker? What will be the weight of the order? What will be the volume of the order? Right? That will be done through warehouse order creation rules. So you have the warehouse task, and all the warehouse tasks will be going here in the funnel in this diagram. That is called as a warehouse order creation rules. And whichever warehouse task are meeting the creation rule, it will get clubbed into that order. And if it is not meeting the creation rule, then it will check for the next role in the warehouse order. Okay, then we have the wave management and outbound two-step picking, where you are grouping the multiple deliveries in a wave and moving it in the staging area, intermediate area. And from the intermediate area, you are moving it to the individual deliveries. For example, I have here the requirement of 20 units, 30 units, and 50 units. So instead of worker going there in the warehouse, picking 20 and moving it in the truck, and again going back, picking 30 and taking it in the truck, the worker will prefer to pick all the 100 at once, right, and moving it in the intermediate. So this will increase the worker efficiency and warehouse efficiency and reduce the picking time. So then how the ERP and EWM are connected. So we have the core interface in the non-S4 system. In the S4 system, we don't have this core interface that is used for the master data transfer. And then you have the distribution model, which is for the transactional data posting. Then we have the warehouse process type. This is equivalent to a movement type in ERP system. For example, you have 101 movement for the inbound delivery, and similarly you have 1010 WPT for the inbound delivery in EWM. So there is no separate movement type concept in EWM. It will be warehouse process types. Okay, then you have the packaging specification based on how you want to pack the product. If you want to pack 100 units in a cartoon, and then if you want to pack 4 cartoons in one pallet, right, accordingly you need to have the packaging specification for which customer you can create the packaging specification at the customer level, at the vendor level, right? So you can maintain the condition records as we have been doing in the packaging specification, and accordingly it will determine. Then you have the yard management, that is about the movement of the truck. In case you have 3 doors here, and 5 trucks are coming at a time, then how you are going to manage the truck movements? So EWM has the yard management solution as well, where you can park the truck in the parking area if the doors are not free. So any questions?
So the palleting also, Jay, the palleting also comes into the EWM and S4HANA EWM.
Yes, so pallet, that is the palletization that you will maintain in the packaging specification. Palletization is how you want to create the HU, if you want to automate the HU creation,
Correct.
how many units you want to pack in the HU, right? All this will be palletization.
Okay.
So are we talking about the labor management as well?
No, okay, so we are going to the course content.
Okay.
So we will be starting with the creation of the warehouse, right? So we will create 2 new storage locations, and then we will create a WM warehouse, and then we will create the EWM warehouse. In that EWM warehouse, we will create all these structural elements, all the storage types, storage bins, storage sections, work center, activity area, etc. Everything we will create in the warehouse. Okay, then we have the warehouse process types. That is like a movement type, as I explained you, that we will configure, and we will set up the determination of WPTs. Okay, we have the packaging specification that will about the palletization and how you want to create the HU, pack the inbound delivery, all those. We have the handling units, so we will configure the HU management. So first we will post the basic inbound and basic outbound without HU, and then we will post with HU. So here the good receipt process, we have the different put away strategies that we will see. We have the different goods issue strategies that we will see. Okay, and then we have the exception handling, 2-step picking. We have the storage control, that is process oriented, layout oriented. Warehouse order creation rules, posting, that is the internal warehouse movements, posting, change, stock transfer, replenishment, and physical inventory. Then we have PPF, that is post processing framework. Wave management, yard management, RFUI in the inbound outbound process, and cross docking. So we don't have labor management in the course content. So all this it is going to take 35 hours, and it could be say you can say 2 to 3 hours more, depending upon your participation.
What about the integration with other modules? This is for HANA EWM, the way the business process flows, right? To the EWM S4HANA. So what are the integration? Are you covering those topics too?
Yes, so because EWM as a standalone we cannot do, right?
Correct.
It is the inbound process when we create the purchase order, inbound delivery, and that will go into the EWM, and we will do the good receipt side. From the outbound, we have the sales order, outbound delivery, and that will go into EWM, and we will cover the outbound side. So whatever we are posting, that will be coming back in the ERP and updating the inbound and outbound deliveries. Right. So we have the production integration as well, but that requires extensive configuration from the PP side as well. Right. So that's why it is not there in the course content, but I can provide you the theoretical part of it from the EWM side.
And also any scenarios you're gonna cover, like a business process scenario, like a distribution centers, distribution center to distribution center, or a multi warehouse scenario.
No, we will create only one warehouse, right? Because if we create another warehouse, then it will again take 15 to 20 hours to set up that warehouse.
Okay.
Okay, but if you want, I mean, we can do the stock transfer from IM location to EWM location, and then we will do the reverse stock transfer from EWM to the IM location, so that you will be able to see both inbound and outbound side of STO. And
So,
then you can extrapolate what will happen if we have EWM to EWM.
Mhm. Any reporting, Fury or anything reporting topics
Okay.
here?
No, this itself is going to take around 35 hours. So
Mhm.
if we add more, then it will keep on adding the hours. And
Okay.
Fury, as you already know, that Fury, if we execute the Fury transactions, then one transaction execution will take at least 2 hours. That's how the slow is Fury is.
For EWM?
Yeah, for the EWM as well, the Fury is very slow. And if we want the system with Fury applications, then the system itself will cost 5,000 rupees per month. And the Fury will be of no use because if we execute it now, then you can go and have a lunch and come back. There by that time, the transaction will be executed.
Oh, okay.
That's where the Fury is very slow.
Okay.
Right, but if you understand all these processes and in your organization the Fury is configured, then it is just a matter of entering the transaction in the Fury apps and you know the process, everything. So you will be execute the same thing there.
So that EWM process setup also does it cover material management also? The whatever the prerequisites for the warehouse management, master data set?
Material, no, we have the product master here, right?
Okay,
So if we set up the material, then if you create a new material, then we need to have all the finance and sales views maintained for that.
correct.
Correct. Or if we have an option to do that, or we can create a new, we can take the existing material.
Yeah, because if you are starting a brand new implementation, so we are going to have a material setup with a different views, right? From the warehouse management and then sales and also production
Correct.
quality
So,
management.
so we will take the existing material and extend it in our warehouse because
Okay,
we will be creating a new warehouse, right? So if it is a new, brand new warehouse, then no material is extended to that. So we need
okay.
to do that manually.
Yeah, yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
And
yeah,
setting up a new material requires all the PP and SD and this FI integration.
yeah, yeah.
So if you do that, I mean, we can try, we can do an attempt in that as well. We will create a new material
Mm-hmm.
and then we will try to run the process in the EWM. But in case we are stuck somewhere, uh, like from the finance side or from the sales side, then probably we may not be able to proceed.
Yeah. And
Correct. So,
any
but we will try.
for that master data, any template you are going to share?
So there is no template in the master data. We have a separate transaction, right,
Mm-hmm.
for the product master. So in the embedded version, okay, I will show you in the system.
Yeah.
So question again, are we doing any QM part here?
No, again, I will explain you about the quality inspection engine in the EWM, but again, that requires the integration with the QM module. So if you are a QM consultant and if you already know from the QM side of it, then we can together set it up from QM EWM integration. Because I simply know from MM and SD side. I have no idea from the PP and QM side of it.
Okay.
Okay, so just a moment, let me connect to the system. Okay, so we will start with the purchase order, or let me know in case you want to see any special thing in the system. Otherwise, I will just explain you the basic inbound and outbound process.
So in reference to the syllabus again, topics. So are we also covering the kitting piece as well? Kitting as well?
No, we don't have kitting there. The advanced EWM topics like kitting, slotting,
Yes.
MFS,
Okay.
right? All those
Yeah.
are not there.
Are not there? Okay. Good.
No, because if we cover, right, so here we have all these topics. So that is going to take around 35 to 38 hours, right? In case you want to add production integration, quality integration, kitting, right? Labor management,
Yeah.
then it is again going to take 15-20 hours.
Yeah. But you said there is no kitting in EWM, the new HANA S4, right? Is it?
No, kitting is there, right? Kitting is there, but
Okay.
we need to have the kit to order and kit to stock. So when
Oh,
you
I
are
see.
doing the kit to stock, then you need to create a BOM, bill of material and everything
Right.
in the
Right. Right.
ERP
Yeah.
side. And for the kit to order, it requires a setup from the extensive setup from the SD side as well.
Okay.
Because in the
Any
kit to
conceptual
order,
discussion on that at least?
yeah, that whatever you want, I will explain you. I will explain you about the kit to the production integration, quality
Mm-hmm.
integration, how it works,
Yep. Yep.
and then kitting process, right? And then I will explain you about the MFS as well. But
Mm-hmm.
MFS is again that is integrated with the automated conveyor.
Yes, that is
So we
also
won't
one
be
of the key requirements
we
that
won't
a
be
lot of
able to
people
see
want. Yeah.
we won't be able to see in the system. There is no way out, no
Mm-hmm.
workaround, right? Because that requires the integration with the
Integration. Yeah.
automated conveyor. And but I will explain you how it works.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And even for the slotting, that requires integration with the APO system because the slotting is based on the demand data.
Correct.
Correct. So that is again not here in the scope.
Yeah. And the labor management also you said is not there in the scope, right?
Yes, because I don't know the labor management. That's why it is not there in the scope.
Okay.
Because
Are
I
we
have
talking about physical inventory as well? PI, PCA?
yes,
Yeah.
physical inventory is there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Because the labor management is mostly theoretical,
Yeah.
right? You capture how much time the labor has taken to complete the
Mm-hmm.
warehouse order, right?
Yeah.
And then you compare with the benchmark time that
Mm-hmm.
generally take 1 hour to complete the order, and this labor has completed that in 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So that you can capture, and when you do the performance appraisal for that employee, that time you will get all this data and right. So all these are the theoretical one, and it is not stopping any warehouse operations, the labor management.
So after
But
the
here,
course completion, like where do you think where do we stand then in the market? Like what would be the position we can position? I mean, like we can put ourselves into.
yes, so you will definitely be in a good position because recently I have conducted trainings. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
have conducted around 15-20 trainings so far,
Mm-hmm.
and I have taken the mock interview as well for one person.
Okay.
And then, I mean, he is doing quite good. He has already got a new job in the EWM.
I see.
So you will be familiar with all these EWM concepts.
Mm-hmm.
And if we talk about the MFS, then we don't have. I mean, we have very minimal people in the market who knows the MFS and kitting,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? So even the interviewer is not going to ask you for that. But
Okay.
if
The
you
interviewer is Indian, yes, of course.
right, so if you already know the concept, then you can explain him the concept about
Yeah.
the kitting.
Okay.
Correct. And again, if you know MMST and then if you know the EWM, then you will be position yourself as a solution architect for logistics
Yeah.
and supply chain.
All right.
Okay.
So what are we showing? What are you showing today? Purchase order creation flow. Hmm?
Yes, so we will complete the basic thing in the inbound process. I will
Okay.
just take the existing process, existing PO. We will not spend any time in this
20 minutes. Yeah.
one in the ERP side of it. Okay,
Mm.
because everybody knows how to create the purchase order.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will just create the purchase order. VL31 and inbound delivery. This is the test system, and I have taken the access today only. So even I am not sure how this data is set up here. Okay, so we have this. This is the WM warehouse, and this WM warehouse is linked to my EWM warehouse. So you can see the inbound delivery distributed in EWM. And when you go into the EWM, that is in the embedded version only. This is S4 HANA. So you open the new session, but the transactions are still the same.
CWM, yeah.
CWM PRDI.
Yeah.
Okay, and you enter the inbound delivery here.
Yeah, I didn't
So you
quite
can see,
understand why the original version of requests a notification. I didn't understand the notification piece. Why would they need a notification in the previous version of EWM?
so
Which was weird.
notification is just it is just the replica of your ECC inbound delivery.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But it was actually not needed. I don't know why they came up with this brilliant idea. They got rid of it in S4, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, so in S4 we don't have the notification,
Mm-hmm.
and even there are certain things which looks illogical why they have created. Like we don't need the WM, right? WM warehouse. There
Yeah,
should be some way to integrate directly with the EWM warehouse.
absolutely. That is true. That's junky too. Mm.
So there are certain things here, but still we need to live with whatever they have given.
I know, yeah.
Okay, and again, they are coming up with a simplified version in the every S4 that upgrade.
Hmm.
So probably when the WM is sunset in 2025,
Yeah,
that
that's. I
time
think
we won't be having that WM linkage
that
with
is true.
EWM.
I think that's the key because a lot of movements happening from the WM, they're moving into EWM now. So that's why they kind of created those flow mapping.
Correct.
Once the migrations are all done, no more EWM support. Sorry, WM support. Then I think they'll get rid of it too. Yeah, makes
Yes.
sense.
Okay, so like that we can have the warehouse task,
Hmm.
and we can create the warehouse task where the source will be determined from your WPT,
Hmm.
that is the staging area, and the destination will be determined based on your put away strategies.
Yeah.
And whenever you create the warehouse task, the warehouse order will be automatically created based on your warehouse order creation rule. Okay, so in the WT, you can see my source, my destination, product, how many quantities we have, right? And in case you want to post without HU, you can confirm and save. If you want to post with HU, you can create the peak HU here, and you can even automate the creation of the HU.
Yeah.
Right, so based on the packaging specification, you can automate the creation of the HU. I'm not sure what is this. So my HU number is created, and when you do the confirm in foreground, HU number will come here, and then you can post it. Okay, so here you can see that the destination bin is this one. It is determined based on your search sequence and put away rules.
Hmm.
And then we have the stock type. The stock type is being determined based on your availability group concept.
Yep. Yep.
Correct. So let me know in case you want to see any specific things in the system. We still have 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, conceptually, I think I mean, these all we once we get into the detail, we can go through it because unless in 2 minutes we're not going to do much of it. But talking about the sessions as well, how long do you think it is going to take for completing the whole course?
So that will take 35 hours.
I mean, like spread out across how many weeks or days, like months? How?
No, it all depends upon how you want to progress in the training sessions. If you want daily sessions, then it will complete early. If you want only weekends, then it will take a bit longer, right?
Yeah, that is true.
And I
I don't know.
have
I mean, like, yeah, we have a lot of probably if the team is like more than few people, like then it depends, right? And not everybody is available every day, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So generally, the people are coming with their own groups nowadays. If you
Ah,
want to enroll and your colleagues are also looking for the EWM, then you can club together and you are requesting to have one session for your colleagues only, so that you
ah,
have a better coordination among yourself. So nowadays, I am seeing the people are coming like this only. I mean, 2 to 3 people or 5 people, they are clubbing together and wanted to start a batch with
mhm.
their own people only, and they don't
Okay.
want any external person,
Gotcha.
so that they can coordinate among themselves, or they can do the practice among themselves, and then they can come up with their questions.
No, no, I understand. Yeah. So I'm pretty flexible on that. So I'm fine with other members' opinions as well. Okay. And as far as the system is concerned, right? So I think you guys are saying that we can get access to the system for how long?
So that Zahir will provide you the, probably I think he will provide you the access for 2 months.
Let's see. And 2 months during the training or after the training?
No, I mean, right from the day one to, I mean, you can talk to Zahur on that because he is
Okay.
managing the system and everything.
Gotcha. Okay. I see. So, in the EWM side, initially I maybe have skipped on some of your profile, right? So, if I may ask you the question of, what's your expertise on, EWM? I think you said 7 years, right? 8, 9, 7 years. Is that what I heard? Right?
Yes, 7 years.
Okay. Okay. So, predominantly, you were in the role of like implementation or support?
No, implementation only. You are based out of US, right?
Yeah, Canada. Yeah.
Canada. Oh, I was in Canada, Montreal for 2 years.
Oh, really? I see.
Yeah,
That's good.
I was in Montreal for 2 years, and there is a Canadian major company, Saputo, for whom I have
Support.
done the EWM implementation.
Oh, you have
So
done
they
for
are,
Sapporo?
yes.
Okay, I see. I would have met you in Sapporo sometime, but
So,
you know,
what's your name?
my name is Safi. But I was not at Sapporo's because I applied. They actually asked me for EWM in 2016.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, so we start that the project started from 2016 only,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
in
No,
2016 I was the offshore consultant for the
yeah. See.
EWM, and then they like my work, and they
Mm.
called me on site in 2017. So I was there in 20 from
Yeah,
2017.
they have Montreal office and Georgetown both. Yeah.
Yes, I was in the Montreal,
Hmm.
and then that time we had done the implementation in the US site, Saputo Dairy and Saputo Cheese,
Yeah.
right? Their Canada project is still going on.
Hmm. Yeah, that's
Okay.
true.
So I worked for Saputo, and then I went to Australia for their WCB, that is
Hmm.
Warrambul Cheese and Butter. I went to Argentina for their first implementation,
Gotcha. Mm.
and
That's
they
good.
have acquired UK plant as well, one company in the UK. So after
Mm.
Canada, they have plans to go into the UK. So that was the non-S4 implementation, and
Mhm.
in
Yeah, that's
parallel,
correct.
I have done the stretch assignment for S4 implementation, that is for the Nestle, because they are also in the dairy company, and they wanted to migrate from WM to EWM.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Saputo, when they didn't have S4. It was strictly plain EWM only. Now I think they migrated to S4, I believe. I don't
No,
know.
no, they have not yet migrated.
They're
They are
not?
still
Okay.
doing because they are doing the rollout for the Canada divisions. And once the
Right.
Canada is done, then they have a plan to migrate into S4.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and if no further questions, then we can close the session.
A question, last question. When do you think we can start this?
So that again, you can communicate through Zahur whenever. I mean, the timings are okay and everything is okay, and you don't have any course content, and you have made up your mind. That time we are good to start. And
Okay.
again,
And
it is a
also the
weekend.
timing is like the day, evening, because I think a lot of folks are in the night in India as well. I don't know. I mean, like people in this team, if they are from India as well, if they're trying to learn, or US and Canada only, then yeah, time zones should
Yes.
also
So
impact.
So that Zahur is coordinating with the
Yes,
candidate and he will form a batch.
so I think Jay, this time is suitable, right? Is I think that you are available on Saturday, Sunday at 8:30, right?
Yes, correct. So this time is comfortable.
Yes. So we'll schedule for this weekend time, 8:30.
Yeah, but you said
As
also
well as
daily too, right? You said daily
yeah,
also.
pardon?
So I think Jay also
Weekdays.
mentioned like you want to do as daily as well, right?
If yeah, most of the guys are working, right? So if we are getting the more students for weekdays, then we can start weekdays. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So otherwise, we'll start in weekend.
Yep. Okay. All right. Yep. Think it over. So let's. I mean, you guys can know better. Like, what's the strength of the group they're going to be? Yeah. Yeah. I prefer. Yeah. Weekdays if possible. But if it's
Hmm.
weekends only, then yeah, we can talk about that.
Okay, I will inform you for weekdays as well. Okay.
All right.
Do
Thank you.
you, okay. Do you have any questions, guys?
Yeah, I have
Sandeep,
question. I mean,
Sandeep,
Zahir.
do you have any questions?
Yeah, actually, what I'm looking is on the global template level. How do we, I mean, on the design perspective, I understand the technical aspect of this, that, the configuration part. But when it comes to that, brand new implementation or moving EWM from ECC to S4HANA, the migration part, the business process and all, would we be able to cover in this, or how do we go about it, Jay?
No, the thing is that, as I told you, all the integration parts, right? So we
Mm-hmm,
can talk only on the theoretical part of it, because
mm-hmm,
if we are talking about WM to EWM migration, then
mm-hmm.
again we need to set up the complete WM warehouse, and then we need to create a template for the EWM. So that will be altogether a new training. Okay. So if you want, I can explain you about the theoretical part of it, how we can migrate from WM to EWM, how you want to start the EWM greenfield implementation,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the WM to EWM migration in the system, we won't be able to do. I mean, I have already shared the course content.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Other than this course content, whatever you have questions, that I can explain you in the theory.
Okay.
So to add to this exact question, like I think you also asked like how we do talk about migration from EWM to S4 EWM. How about that?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
See, most of the projects what I have seen, greenfield or mid-level customers or somebody who are already in SAP, they would like to leverage the existing process and also improve in S4HANA. So what they compare is, currently we have EWM for the past 4-5 years. This is what we have in ECC. Now we are going to 2020 S4 or at 1909, and we are actually designing a template for our EWM process. And that's where our discussions are starting. So
So
tech,
we have the
technical,
upgrade path available, right? We
yeah.
have the upgrade path available, and based on that, you can migrate your data from old system to the new technology.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So we are simply getting a server 1909 or 2020 server, right? So that server we will be getting, and we don't have any upgrade path. We don't have any integration with the external system, and we just need to create a brand new warehouse from the scratch. So again, we will simply be able to talk in terms of theory, but we won't be able to see, because if you want to migrate from old system to the new system, we need to have the data set up in the old system, and then we need to have the connection with the old system and the new system. So
Correct.
that requires coordination from basis side, ABAP side, right? And
No, I'm not expecting. I'm not expecting you to do the whole thing. Again, it's a totally and I mean, it could be asked that you are doing a project actually. Though that's I'm not that. So the thing is the touch points in the
yeah,
S4.
so that I will explain you.
Yeah. So that mostly like migration is a technical implementation, right? From migration. So the thing is, what are the integration points, touch points? What are the new features in S4 HANA they have given? other than I'm not on the functionality side. I'm talking about the integration points. Most of the times we work with technical folks, right? Cross-functional team and technical folks. The thing is, if you don't know that integration points and touch points, it's like you're only working in a standalone, just that module. Typically, that doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Because an EWM as a standalone doesn't work. Because none of the process starts with EWM. It starts
Yes.
with either the purchasing or the sales or the production.
Mhm.
Right. So you always require the coordination from the other modules. So as I already know MM and SD side of it, so I can provide you we can do that inbound and outbound in the system. But I am little weak in the production and the quality management, and that's why we don't have the production integration and the QM covered here. So in case you already know the production and the QM, then together we can set up in the system, because that's how we have set up in the project. The PP and QM guy has done their part from their side, and then
Correct.
we have the EMR and the advanced production integration done in the EWM.
Yep. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Zahur, I could see several candidates have joined later. So in case anybody has any questions, just feel free to ask me.
Yeah, sure. I will check with them. And okay, so if we have a plan to start, so we'll start on weekend, right?
Yes, we can start on weekends, and we can even think of starting in weekdays if the candidates are available. Weekdays, the same time, say 8:30 to 9:30 or 9 to 10. That also works for me. And weekend, we can do 2 hours.
I mean, I'm also flexible for weekdays.
Okay. And okay, but then good. And what about Venkat?
Hi, sorry, I just unmuted myself. Sorry, I joined a bit late actually. No, I missed half of the con. I'm almost full actually. I joined just before the call was about to get closed. Sorry for that. No, quickly, I'm based out in UK. Okay, so yeah, I will be interested for either weekend or the weekdays because we are working in anyway from home for past one and a half years. So. For weekdays also, I should be okay. But I believe that you guys will be communicating, isn't it? What is the course structure and those sort of things, so that I can get to know more about how this is being structured. Will that be all right?
So I will again, if you want, I can explain you about the course content.
No, I'm more worried about the timing because I guess that many of the associates are from US and Canada. So I'm not sure how the timing will match with UK. So yeah, that is a part I'm a little bit.
Is it convenient time? Is the same time is convenient for you?
Yeah, it's around 5 o'clock now. It's going to be 5 o'clock in the evening. This should be fine for me.
4 o'clock, 4 to 5 weekdays.
4 to 5 should be all right. It should not be a problem.
Right, because we connected at 8:30 as per India time, and it's now 9:30, so it will be between 4 to 5. Okay.
Every day, you mean? During the weekdays.
Weekdays.
Okay, not during the weekends, yeah. Okay. How long I mean, if it is going to be every day, how long it will be? The course will be.
Course duration is 35 hours. Daily we will conduct 1 hour sessions. Okay.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, I'm okay with that.
Okay, so I will share you some complete. I do have 2 more demo recording videos. I will share with you. Please share me your mail ID here in chat box.
Yeah, I think I've received a mail. I can send it across to you. Not an issue.
Yes, I do have your mail ID, but just because there's several mail IDs, so please tell me your mail ID.
Yeah, I'm just texting you.
Okay.
Yep. I've sent it to the organizer.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So I will share you complete details about course fee structures, durations, Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
And also you can just share me your contact number here.
Okay. Yep.
Thank you. So I will connect you after some time. After complete of sessions, I will connect with you.
Yep.
Okay, guys. If you have any questions, you can just call me. Okay, I will share. Yeah. Shafi, do you have any questions?
No, I'm good.
No.
Thank
So
you.
are you comfortable with weekdays?
Yeah, weekdays are fine with me. Yeah,
Okay,
weekends
okay.
are kind of never predictable. Yeah.
I think that all guys are available right now. Better I like to share with you the course fees. It's a reasonable fees. Okay, you need to pay only the $500. Okay, where you're getting the latest version, 2 month access for S4 HANA 2020, and we'll also going to be share the study materials, standard materials. Okay, and you'll get live interactive sessions for 35 hours. It will goes to around 40 hours. This depend upon the discussions and all these things. Okay, and we'll provide you recorded video as well. Okay, and if you have any questions, anything, even after completion of course, you can call us or you can just drop a mail. We'll support you. Okay, so this trainer having very good experience, he also support the projects. Okay.
Okay, you said $500, right? It's for the whole course with
Yes.
including everything,
Yes.
and that's USD, I believe.
Yes.
So how many months we will have the system access for
2 month
HANA?
access. It's for 2 month access.
Okay.
Even if you require some more days, okay, if it's a course will goes for more than 2 months, okay, so I can extend the access without any
Okay.
charges.
Do we use Fiori here?
Yes, it's latest version 2020.
Okay. So backend and Fiori both we will get the access.
Both.
Configuration and okay. Thank you.
Yes.
So if we need an extended access for the system, do you still provide it?
Yes, sir. We have own server. So if you need access, we will provide you.
Yeah, but that's fine. If you get an additional
That
cost is
will
okay
be,
too. But is
yeah,
is
that
it
will be some additional cost. Yeah.
okay?
Okay. Okay. So thank you. So I will connect you separately. Okay. So we're going to start in this Monday, on this coming Monday.
Yeah, just let us know, Zahir, whatever it
Yep.
is. So just let us send us an email.
Yes, sure. I'm going to share you complete detail by mail. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm not sure whether it has been already answered. So you will also share us the recording after the class.
Yes. Every after session
Yeah,
we'll
okay.
share you recording, and we'll share you
Thank you.
this server access,
No.
study materials. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
And I will try to give one more thing, that certification exam term. It's from my end. Okay, but it's depend upon the number of students. Okay, if it's more than 3, so okay. Yeah. Thank you. Any questions? Venkat, Sophie, do you have any more questions?
No, not from my end. Thank you.
Okay.
No, I think I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.